Child, looks like everyone is coming out to play with this entire Diddy madness, and at the top of that list is Blu Cantrell, allegedly with some juicy inside information about the connection between Jay-Z, Beyoncé, and Diddy. You know, rumors were flying that she had something going on with Jay-Z back in the day.
I really like him though, and I don't care who he's dating. I always had a crush on him though.
If he came in right now and we were all not here, what? I'm just saying, you're in New York.
Yeah, okay. And what
If you ran into him and everything was right, would you make that play?
I wouldn't turn it down. Let's just put it that way. Okay. But you can't just go around just, sleeping with guys.
Honey, the last time anyone heard from Blu Cantrell publicly was back in 2012, when reports surfaced that she had been taken to a hospital in Santa Monica for psychological evaluation. Witnesses said they saw her in the street screaming that someone had given her poisonous gas, and the situation escalated to the point that police had to step in. After that, she vanished from public life, no explanation, no follow-up, just gone. The thing is, around the height of her fame, there were rumors floating around that Blu had been romantically linked to Jay-Z. Nothing was ever officially confirmed, but the whispers were loud enough to get people talking. And in the entertainment industry, especially back then, being connected to, or getting too close to, certain power players could either elevate your career or end it. Clearly, what happened to Blu was that her career ended. And allegedly, there were 3 key players: Jay-Z, Beyoncé, and Diddy.
Who I really want to talk to is Blu Cantrell. So this is my public appeal. Blu. The first Blu. Not they daughter Blu. Blu Cantrell. You were singing Boo, and you made a choice to work with someone, and you probably didn't realize how nefarious he was when you got involved with him. I didn't. Blu, it's time to talk. It's time for you to sing again. Because I know you still got the chops. You got the gift. Just like me. Jay-Z worked very hard to erase you and me. Just like he did Elle. Just like he did his relationship with R. Kelly. Just like he did his relationship with Aaliyah. Blu, it's time to...
Did she really have him locked down? I think so. I think they're in love. He's politics speaking. No, I really do think they're in love. I have a big crush on him, though. I'll tell you that much. I still have a crush on No, I didn't. No, I'm really selective about it. What? Really? I really like him, though, and I don't care. I don't care who he's dating. I always had a crush on him, though. If he came in right now, and we were all not here, what? I'm just saying. You're in New York? Yeah, okay. And what if you ran into him and everything was right? Would you make that play? I wouldn't turn it down, let's just put it that way. But you can't just go around just, sleeping with guys like that. Regardless, there has always been speculation about how Jay really felt about Blu, with people going as far as saying that allegedly Jay-Z was so in love with Blu that he convinced Beyoncé to name their first child Blu. In addition, it has also been said that it's because of Blu Cantrell that his favorite color has always been blue. The other thing is that Blu and Beyoncé's solo careers were on the rise at the same time, so naturally, there was a bit of competition between the two. And people have always said that the way it works with the Carters, anyone who was competition to Beyoncé when she started her solo career had to be sabotaged for Beyoncé to enjoy most of the limelight. Speaking of which, there was actually a time when Blu noted how the music video for Beyoncé and Jay-Z's song Bonnie and Clyde looked a lot like the promo for her song Roundup, which came out first. There's also how Blu did a song with Sean Paul that was a massive hit then shortly after Beyoncé did Baby Boy with him. In addition, people have also said that Beyoncé herself alluded to the bad blood she had with Blu when she whispered in the song Signs, "I was in love with a Sagittarius. I've been hurt by a Pisces." Guess what? Jay-Z is a Sagittarius and Blu is a Pisces. Basically, the story has always been that Blu made Beyoncé super jealous, and she had to make sure Blu was out of the picture. But now people are saying that to do that, she had to consult the services of the one person who allegedly made such things happen, Diddy. Of course, y'all have already been saying for the longest time that there's no way Beyoncé and Jay-Z could be close friends with Diddy for 2 decades, be business partners, attend his parties, know his family, have countless business ties, vacation together multiple times, know all his kids, and not be complicit or at least aware of the illegal extracurricular activities Diddy is being charged with. In fact, there have been reports that Cassie actually implicated Jay-Z and Beyoncé in her initial lawsuit. The thing is, Cassie's lawsuit was allegedly initially 60 pages, but it was narrowed down to 35 pages. And in these pages that were removed, Cassie allegedly also talked a lot about Beyoncé and Jay-Z. It was actually said that Jay-Z and Beyoncé were implicated in the lawsuit for witnessing Diddy strike Cassie and push her down at one of Diddy's parties. But I know I've also heard the craziest things about the hidden relationship between Beyoncé and Diddy. And while a lot of people may assume that Jay-Z was the one doing things with Diddy, allegedly Beyoncé was the one calling the shots. In fact, if you ask someone like 50 Cent, he will tell you that Beyoncé is actually the one in charge and Jay-Z is only who he is because he signed a contract that made sure Beyoncé participates in all the Hollywood businesses.
You really have him locked down.
I think so. I think they're in love. I think they're in love.
Is politics speaking?
No, I really do think they're in love. I have a big crush on him now. I'll tell you that much.
Did you
Still have a crush on him now.
Is
No,
you-
no, I didn't. No, I'm really selective about it.
What?
Really, I really like him though, and I don't care who he's dating. I always had a crush on him though.
If he came in right now and we were all not here. What? I'm just saying. You're in New York.
Yeah, okay. And what?
And you ran into him and everything was right. Would you make that play?
I wouldn't turn it down. Let's just put it that way. But you can't just go around just, sleeping with guys.
Child. This by extension means that she's probably even deeper into the Diddy madness than her dear husband. Something else I've heard a lot is the allegation that Beyoncé is the most powerful high priestess of the music industry, and anyone who wants to do anything in the industry, including Diddy, must go through her.
Look at even Jay-Z's career. You can look at that and say the association to Beyonce is when he started to receive the 16, 17 Grammys since he's been with Beyonce. Right? And you go, prior to that, 1.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So that came in association, like you see their kids even have Grammys. Like they don't sing yet. They don't sing.
Right.
They don't rap yet. And they already have Grammys. So it's like they give them this trophy so we secure that they're coming to the award show. It meant that much to the culture that they just gave them the things they would. Later, to me, I didn't care about the trophies. I said, I'll get the checks. Right? And because what I was saying, the content was raw enough, and who I am.
As far as the ritual allegations go, there was this girl by the name of Kimberly Thompson who actually filed a restraining order against Beyoncé, saying that Bey was utilizing spells to tap her phone and control her finances, all to keep her under surveillance. These actions were reportedly part of a campaign orchestrated by Beyoncé against her. Kimberly also blamed Bey for the loss of many jobs, theft of homes, the death of her pet kitten, and her numerous broken relationships, among other things, I think.
Say is a witch. She's a very powerful witch. She's heavy into African spirituality. She is a daughter of, I believe, either a daughter of Oshun or Yemaya. I go back and forth. I feel like it's Oshun though, but if I got it wrong, I got it wrong. But nonetheless, she's a high-ranking witch.
Also, remember that lawsuit that Chas Monroe filed against The Dream? In her lawsuit, Shanaz said that days after she started working with Dream began to pressure her into sleeping with him, telling her it was part of the process. In fact, she even described an instance at a house with a studio where they were working. Shanaz said Dream locked her in a dark room and would only stop aggressively hooking up with her once she said that she loved him. There are vile allegations in the lawsuit, kind of like the ones we saw with Diddy, with Shanaz claiming that Dream placed her in an Atlanta hotel, had his security staff monitor her movements, and berated her unless she regularly checked in with him. She also said that Beyoncé and Dream allegedly credited Beyoncé's success to the spiritual sanctuary they had together, and that their bond allowed him to know Beyoncé in a way that others could not, consequently allowing him to write the best songs for her. Shana said that Dream explained the sanctuary, which was giving serious ritual energy with Beyoncé, was even stronger than a spousal connection because it was about art and required her to disclose all of her secrets and thoughts and become trust partners with him. In addition, there have also been other people who were previously close to Jay-Z and Beyoncé who have exposed how they are definitely using dark forces to stay in the game, like Larry Johnson.
He went and killed the girl Cats.
Okay.
A girl went to court and charged her with extreme witchcraft. She was hypnotized. She was drunk. Beyonce came and she was in there eating on her and shit while she was asleep. Snacking on his bitch, killing cats. And guess what? They wouldn't give her the restraining order. They just told her to stay away from Beyonce and work for somebody else. Guess what? She's having a hard time finding work too.
So when we're talking about Beyoncé allegedly being ritualistic, there have been enough of those talks already. The only thing I don't know is whether she worked with Diddy on some of this creepy stuff. But if word on the street is anything to go by, allegedly Blu has got the tea. You know what? I'm just keep my ears to the ground for whatever she has to say. But what do you think she knows? Was her exit from the industry planned by Beyoncé? Was Diddy involved? Let me know what you think in the comments section below.
Been controlled by Satanism. I mean, I'm not really scared to say that. We all know Luciferians, Freemasons, and all occult knowledge that was drugged up from Egypt have now surfaced itself in American society. And if you actually dig through the raps, like as I have, before it was all about partying, popping bottles. But when you listen to it again with a new ear, obviously they're not serving the same most high God that I am. And that's what makes us enemies, that I stand for a completely different doctrine, a completely different nation, and a completely different truth than he does. I don't have any materialism attached to my spirit or soul anymore. I don't have fornication attached to my spirit anymore. I mean, I just got engaged July, so my life is completely different from how I was with women in the early 2000s. And I think that is the difference in itself of being involved with Rockaware has made me see something completely different, and knowing who his allegiance is with is not the Most High God. And we all know, Satan